going to talk about igloos and hiding spots. There are several different kinds and things to think about when you're considering an igloo. I like to use an igloo in a cage, and you can see in here, I like to combine it with a sleeping bag to have extra warmth. But one thing when you're considering what type of igloo, something to consider is how to clean it. I'm a huge fan of plastic because it's easy to clean, easy to disinfect, and it's reusable. I like to use the fleece with it because, again, easy to wash, easy to clean. This is an example of a house that I found that a customer brought back their hedgehog. I took in a rescue, and they brought this with them. A couple of things stand out to me. One, it has a narrow opening which you can get in. If your hedgehog is super duper friendly, this is something that you can get them out of easy. But I think being able to lift up the top to be able to get it out of the cage is important versus trying to shake it out like this. I personally like to lift off the lid. Another thing to think about this particular hiding spot is that it's made out of wool, which has some good advantages, but if hedgehog potties or makes any type of mess, there's really no way to clean it. Finally, one of the dangerous things that I noticed on this is that the hedgehog has started digging a hole, and these little fibers can get wrapped around toes and feet and can cause a lot of damage. So for this very reason, and the inability to get the hedgehog out of the cage, out of the igloo as easy as something like this, I'm not a fan of this particular hiding spot. This is another type of hiding thing that I have seen. This is just one version, and that is a hanging hammock type hut or hiding spot. Again, this is better used for a different type of animal. As you can see, it's designed to hang. In this cage, for example, it's too high for the hedgehog to get into. You can attach it to the back. It kind of distorts it. Anything that's hanging off the ground, your hedgehog's not going to be able to get into it very easy. I like the fact that it unzips so that you can get the hedgehog out, which is a great feature. But as far as hedgehogs go, I personally think this type of cage or this type of hideout is a waste of money. I'd much rather personally use a heavy plastic igloo with a sleeping bag or other burrowing material in the igloo. Hedgehogs are prone to digging, so if you can fill this igloo with fleece scraps or some of our fluffy toys, that's even better, so that they have a place to dig and rearrange in here. You can put those in the sleeping bags. So on this trim, if you trim this the way it fits and then just cut these extras into small chunks or pieces, you can put those extra pieces in the sleeping bag as well, so that the hedgehog can rearrange and dig in the sleeping bag rather than on the material. So it is pretty important to give them places to dig and rearrange and feel comfortable. Our babies are used to sleeping in groups. We typically keep them in groups of 3 to 4 until they're ready to go home. And so our babies are used to sleeping in a big pile of other hedgehogs. So this would be quite roomy for a baby hedgehog. So you could add some of the bonding toys and things in here. That way the hedgehog feels tight and confined, but at the same time, when you go to get your hedgehog out of the cage, you can still pick up the sleeping bag and kind of turn it out like this, you know, kind of push from the bottom for Hedgie to come out, or you can let them slide out on your hand, and obviously its toys are going to slide out too, but this is a good way to get your hedgehog out of the cage. So again, in summary, with the igloos, I like to combine them with the sleeping bag or other burrowing things so that they stay warm, they feel hidden and safe and secure.